Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome everyone. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. رب اجعلني مقيم الصلاة ومن ذريتي ربنا وتقبل دعاء. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي واجعل لي وزيرا من أهلي هارون أخي اشدد به أزري وأشركه في أمري كي نسبحك كثيرا ونذكرك كثيرا إنك كنت بنا بصيرا. وصلى اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين. Now, inshallah, we will continue to study section Haraf of the Quran, and we studied up to verse 30. Okay, and this verse says, فريقا هدى وفريقا حق عليهم الضلالة. We mentioned this, but it is important. The Quran is full of this kind of rhetoric. We give guidance and we punish them as we want, as if so arbitrary. So human beings mostly don't get what it really means. Of course, believers say, God is the ultimate authority. God is all-powerful, so he will decide about it. But those critically minded people will say, if it is he is going to decide, what am I going to do in this world then? Of course, we should understand this. I keep repeating this subject. I know it has been boring by now. But we should bear in mind that the qualities within us, the qualities in creation, in our creation and the creation of the whole universe, is decided by the creator of the universe. It is given to us. So the qualities, it means potentialities, abilities, are decided by God. He says, we do this, but you choose, because we gave you the choice, power of choice, free will. So you are responsible not creating your qualities, but for your choice. So bear in mind that when you choose, you don't create. And also bear in mind that the qualities within you is not your production. You are using my production. Remember this. That is why the Quran should make emphasis on the importance of God's supreme power and ultimate authority. Because he is the one who created me with disability, even when I criticize God, saying that, oh, if you are going to do it, or I don't believe in you, what am I going to do? You know, what can you do to me? Look, I'm denying you. Come on, go ahead. No, within my qualities, within my own being, I have the ability to analyze what am I doing? Is it right or wrong? God says, look at yourself. As I created you with these potentialities and with the free will, you will understand the consequence of your choices. That is why it is important to notice that, for example, Fariqan Heda, it means God has guided some of them, while others are destined to stray or go out of the way of guidance, because they have taken Satan's as their masters instead of God. Why? Because they have made the decision. Choice. But, sorry.
Free will. So one question, there's like another verse I saw that which says that it was God who made us choose this.
True.
Because if God would not have let us choose this, there was a verse like this I read.
Let us choose.
Yeah.
I see. Yes, but I don't misguide anyone except that they have chosen the misguidance. But there is only one verse clarifies this, and there are, I don't know, maybe dozens of words speaks like this. That's why we have to understand. Of course, this is a reference. This is a verse, and we have to understand that ultimately it is our choice. But also we have to understand that while I am choosing the guidance, I am using the ability God has given to me. While I am following the empty claims, Satan represents empty, baseless claims, I am deviating from the way I am created. So contradicting my creation. And doing the same thing in my treatment with the universe, I am deviating the universe, the meaning or the qualities I see in the creation of the universe, and deviating them, saying that, no, they themselves are being like this, or it happened randomly like this, etc., or in their own nature, there is something, as if the things have their nature by themselves and established the qualities, enormous qualities of their nature by themselves. So the argument goes on in this way. We have to pay attention that God never, ever arbitrarily decides, since he has created with our free will. And since he is wise, since he is just. And can you imagine a creator of the universe who is not just? Can you imagine that the creator of this universe can be crazy, not wise? Look at the universe. Do you see any, as the Qur'an uses, crack? Do you see any discordance in the creation? So he is absolutely wise. And everything has a purpose, and your creation also has a purpose. Okay. What is another, not the problem that we have to talk about? Thinking they are rightly guided. They follow Satan, but thinking they are rightly guided. There are other verses as well saying this. They think that they are rightly guided, but we can say, if they think that this is the right way, that's why they follow. And why does God punish them? Or will God punish them? In this word, punishing, because they contradict their feelings, human feelings. If they reduce themselves to matter or body only, that is inevitable. But also in the hereafter, they will be punished because we understand that God punishes people in the hereafter. We may say, the punishment we feel, that's an interesting subject, and I would like to go into details of this subject. We may think that what we are doing is right, but it is inevitable to notice that within ourselves, the qualities given to us acknowledges that if I treat myself as body, living body, which is animal, animal being, a kind of animal being, maybe developed kind of animal being, not with the spirit who or which acknowledges consciously its source of existence. That is really important for me. This is the punishment in this world, that I will suffer from not being able to satisfy my human needs. I will always feel that I got this, I enjoy this, right? Whatever it is in the life, we will study the beauty of this world. And deep down, human feelings say, but you are going to lose them immediately as you have it. You know, if we taste something delicious, nice, enjoy, it comes immediately. We cannot stop it. So that is a kind of mercy of the Creator, that letting us know you are contradicting yourself. Think about it, because you have a pain in the thinking of losing. And at the end, you will totally lose and become nothing. And human being, no one wants to die unless somebody commits suicide for some other reasons, overwhelming psychological problems, etc. Otherwise, majority of normally human beings don't want to die, and they escape from death. That is understandable, that the pain in our feelings are created when we follow empty claims. Even we may say, oh, I enjoyed that. Yeah, today's dinner was perfect, and I love this house, the garden, etc., etc. Or, yeah, you know, in America, people love their cars. So they are proud of them. And dogs as well. Don't forget. So, okay, that's life. None of my business. So I enjoyed it, but finish. And the pain is a mercy, from my Creator, that you are doing something wrong. Okay. How about in the hereafter? I'm learning here when I feel the pain. In the hereafter, everything will be too late. Why do we still get punishment in the hereafter? We are not going to learn anything. This is a very severe question, isn't it? A serious question. We have to understand that God doesn't punish because he is angry. No, it is caught up. God's anger. Why? Not for his own sake. In order to protect the rights of the people, the creatures whose rights are insulted, denied. You are stupid beings, meaningless beings, even themselves. I am just animal, denying the most precious side of human beings. And the spirit, the soul in human beings, all my feelings suffer because of my misuse of them. So God takes the revenge of his creatures. His creatures, not himself. Like a judge in court. When somebody transgresses the rights of another person, judge gives verdict. Whatever he deserves, the person deserves. He doesn't hesitate. Do you think because he's angry with the man? No, it's nothing to do with him. It doesn't know him. Well, this is an example in the world. God knows, but God should know. what he's creating, he should know. But this is an example. We cannot say that the judge is angry and satisfies his anger by punishing the man. No. In fact, it is the rule of the court. If judge lets his emotion involved in the verdict he passes, this verdict is not valid. That is how human beings experience the reality, the way God created us, and the way we should know God through these qualities that we are experiencing. He says, look, even my creature judge should not involve his personal anger to the guilty man or the criminal man. How should I do that? You wouldn't accept it. It means I gave you the quality to understand that how I am going to treat you. At the end of the school education, school is closed. 4 years of, let's say, college education ended, and that's it, finish. Everybody's out, school is closed. For these people, of course. Now, at the end, those people who were successful were given good degree of higher level of degree. Those people who are not successful, not given anything. This will say, look, you are punishing me, not giving me a degree, goes to the administration, school administration, and says, you are not giving me the degree, you are punishing me. What are you going to gain? If you like, the education is over. What am I going to learn anymore? Now, we have to be very careful. Justice needs to be established. No one can deny justice. No one can say that these criminals must walk in the street freely as the honest people. No one can accept that. Atheist, religious, humanist, whatever they are, that is against human nature. This is what we understand, that first, God punishes in order to get the revenge, the rights of the creatures that they deny that they are functioning, in order to serve them, to understand their creator. And also, they deny their own human qualities. These human qualities, which is enormous in capacity, human spirit, is enormous. We use only a little bit, a trillionth of it. Maybe, I don't know whether it is measurable or not. That much less. But most of them are not used. At least we have to appreciate that they are given to be used. And I'm thankful to the giver, although I didn't appreciate it as they deserve to be. But I admit my mistake. I repent and ask for forgiveness that I haven't done my job fully. That is human being, that we cannot really fully satisfy our duties. We are not perfect. The only perfect is the Creator. So we should understand that in the punishment, God is not really revenging his own anger, soothing his own anger. As, for example, I have a very uncontrolled psychology or temper. When I get angry for myself, which is my weak point. I know that. But I know that it is wrong. With the quality God has given me, that it is wrong. It means God never does this. Yeah, I think it is understood. But here, thinking they are rightly guided. Oh, we raised this question, but we didn't answer. If they think that they are rightly guided, so what's wrong?
Feelings are not telling them.
Yeah. Oh, they are having an prejudiced, biased attitude. If if I define myself as an animal, if I design the universe, no, what am I saying? Design? No, define. If I define the universe as a lump of meaningless matter, accidentally jumping up and down here and there, moving, turning, etc., and at the end becoming in an order by itself, and they have to obey the order they form themselves. It's totally illogical. No. But how the matter can end up with existing in an order? Yeah. Order is a quality. Matter has nothing to create any quality. So they are created within an order. So like the bricks of the building, they are put there within an order. They cannot make the whole plan of the building. No one can accept that the universe will move and move and move and move billions of years. So at the end, perfect house, perfectly functioning house, will become accidentally a perfect house. I mean, if someone can buy into it, go ahead. So why they think that they are rightly guided? By definition, defining themselves as animals. So they say this is the word, and we have to enjoy ourselves on daily basis, momentarily. As long as I enjoy my life momentarily, I'm right, on the right track. What they did, they denied their reality. The same attitude goes with the universe. As long as they say the universe has no purpose in its existence, no meaning in its existence, so there are no signs in the universe pointing to anything which is not within the universe. This is the definition of modern science about the creation. So they say, okay, after this definition, what we found that the universe, something is happening here. For example, human organisms are working, isn't it? DNA is working, yeah? So human mind is working, and the trees are growing according to the climate. And so that is how they are happening randomly and happen to be in this way. That's it. They are happy. That is why they think they are rightly guided. Simple, very simple. If you define yourself as not purposefully created, reduce your being to matter only, it is inevitable to say, I am on the right track. And those religious people are, or believing people are, just cheating themselves, wishful thinking, running after wishful thinking. Why? Because there's a simple example, a philosopher, he gave this. There's some people, the philosopher is criticizing some other philosophers. You know, the philosophers are very famous to criticize each other. All right. It's a free thinking. It says some of our colleagues think that, now, I hope I will express it nicely. Whatever is not caught, whatever the fish is not caught within my net is not fish. Does it make sense? No. Net. The fisherman throws the net in the sea and collects it. Of course, there will be some oceans or seas are full of God's blessings. So there will be some fish. So these are the fish. The rest, which is not within my net, are not the fish. It means when you define the matter as accidental happening by itself, whatever other things you find in the world, meaningful, purposeful creation, are not to be taken into consideration and denied. That's why materialist science denies the meaning in existence. Is it clear now? Yeah, that is why they think, this is frequently repeated in the Quran, that they think they are right, the guide. They think they are. And we say that, well, if they are right, the guided, why God gets angry with them? I think, let me see something. Okay. Anne says, can you give an example of thinking they are right, the guided? Did you get it or not? Yes, thank you. Okay, then. Anne. That is a good question. I'm sorry I didn't read it from the beginning, but Alhamdulillah. You just answered. Okay, thank you, Anne. All right, let's go further. Here it is.
So, if I may share my takeaway from the verse that was shared, is pretty much I get to experience what I sow. So the analogy of the student in the universe, I think, is very helpful, because if I do something about my experiences here, in other words, if I do try to connect my human journey to its purpose, then I shall be fulfilling the purpose of my existence. And still I wouldn't know, but it's just this feeling of some sort of satisfaction, or maybe contentment, in terms of knowing the reality, like living with the reality that I'm not only body here, I'm not here as a transient being, nothing is accidental, but everything is set up consciously by an absolute source of existence. And it's this consciousness and awareness that I get aware of within myself. It's a messenger and a call for me to know that I ought to be doing my homework, and I ought to be fulfilling the purpose of my existence. Or I'm just wondering, maybe here's the question, like, how would I know that I'm doing my homework properly? Because the verse did say something about those who are rightly guided. And so a student, when he or she is doing their homework, following along what they're supposed to be doing in the classroom, obviously, there you can see their success from their grades. And they also know, yes, and they keep asking the teacher, help me out with this. And, they feel satisfied with what's going on. So I don't know if this was a good takeaway, or there's an element that I'm missing within the words that I should be more careful about.
It's a perfect takeaway. Your question also is very appropriate question, which is what I took it as a question. I'm not sure whether I'm doing the right thing or not. Yeah, that's what we need to be in this position. Why? We have to look for perfection always. Is it enough? Is it enough? Is it enough? And I mean, theoretically, we know that it is never enough. We have huge amount of way to go because our capacity is infinite. So we have to try, but and also be very cautious about our choices, about our decisions, actions. Why? It may be wrong. Otherwise, if I'm sure, I'm sure that I'm a successful person, what I will do, I will just leave it. That's it, I'm done. And two things, I shouldn't look for the possibility that I might have done do some mistakes. The second is there are more way to go. I have to realize this. There's no end. Realizing the reality of the universe, we use a very general term saying that everything is created by an absolute being. Correct, and that is really a great sentence. But when it comes to the details in our daily life, in our treatment with people, in our treatment with the creatures, how much we neglect the message they deliver to us. How much? Negligence is the most important part of our responsibility. It doesn't mean that we should fall into despair. No. But we should have always hope for the mercy of our Creator that as long as I try my best, He will reward me with the best. Why? This desire is given to me by my Creator, that I would love to be treated in the best way. And as long as I am honest within myself, that I'm not contradicting the purpose in my existence, then I will realize that, yeah, I am honest, but of course there are more ways to go, longer ways to go. That is why we should not be sure about our future, whether it is perfect or not. No, we have to be always in investigation, investigating more, making much, much clearer, as much as possible, clearer about our conclusions. Inshallah. Inshallah. Okay. Well, it was nice takeaway. Anyway, the summary of what we have also discussed so far. So, verse 31, Ya bani Adam, khudu zinatakum anda kullu masjid. Strange. Why? O children of Adam, beautify yourself for every act of worship, or masjid means really place of worship. But the translator is aware that it may be taken as we call the building as masjid today. And when I go to the masjid, I have to wear my nice clothes. Of course, if I am joining a community activity, I have to be as nice as possible according to my economic capacity. But it doesn't mean that masjid is only the building. Now, building is only for community gathering, where we make prostration. We discussed this, I think I remember. Prostration where we admit that I or the matter itself cannot be the source of their qualities. They cannot create their qualities. They declare that they have no claim about their qualities. So, who or to whom these qualities belong. They make prostration before the one who owns the qualities manifested in them. It is a masjid. So if I join the prostrations of the creatures, I am in the masjid. Where? When I look at an animal in the street, a bird, a tree falling, slowly they will start falling from the leaves falling in the trees, from the trees, how they demonstrate and remind me that the life is going to end. No permanent existence in this world. That's perfect example for me. So that is my masjid. And also, it may sound a bit strange to some people. I don't think it may sound strange to you. You are accustomed with this way of studying the Quran. Masjid is your own spirit as well. You made a covenant with your creator. What does it mean? The creator gave or endowed on you the spirit, and the spirit is within you. You cannot say that, I don't want it. If you get rid of spirit, you will die. So you won't exist as a human being anymore. So by accepting it, I'm interpreting this Qalu, Bala, etc., this covenant with God here carefully. So by accepting that it is within me now, that's it. Am I killing myself? No. Then it means I am going with the contract with my creator, keeping my life alive. I don't kill myself. As long as I don't kill myself, I accept the contract with my creator. It means covenant in the language of the Quran. Mithaq. Quran keeps saying this, but strangely, it represented among the children of Israel. But we know that children of Israel represents the people of the book. And Muslims are also people of the book. So we have to be careful not to do the same thing with the Quran as the children of the book did with Torah. So it is just an example, but addressee is me, the student of the Quran. So covenant is with me. Do I say that, or can anyone dare to say that God made a covenant with the children of Israel, not with me? They are human beings, so am I. What is the difference? They have spirit blown into their body. I have my spirit blown into my body. What is the difference? They have received revelation. I too have received revelation. What is the difference? So I am the children of Israel. So we are waiting for the promised land, paradise, not the piece of land. What am I going to do when I die? The land remains behind me. Nothing to do with that. I need paradise. Well, promised creation is described in the Quran as promised land. So promised creation is next creation, khalqun jadid, with a beautiful language used in the Quran. A new creation, a new type of creation, completely new. You are not familiar with it. You will be surprised because there is an hadith, it's a beautiful. God treated this universe, as you see, and human beings here with only 1% of his mercy. 99% of his mercy is preserved to be disclosed in the hereafter. What a beautiful news. Yeah, it must be so, because absolute cannot be limited to anything. Even the universe may seem to be, for me, so huge. For the absolute, there is no amount can make any difference. Billions of elements or one element before the absolute infinite is the same. They are the same. So we have to understand that God's mercy is waiting for us, inshallah. So, O children of Adam, beautify yourself for every act of worship. It means when you acknowledge that you are created and all the qualities you and the universe have belong to their creator. So, kulu washrabu. That is drink, eat, and drink. It means benefit from it. Because eating and drinking freely, freely means not that you want as you want and treat the bounties of the creator as you like, according to your egocentric concerns, but limitless. You sow one corn. You are given how many? I don't know. 700 corns. No, even more. So each one has at least 100 and 7, 8, 9 corns. You did one act. God responded back 700 acts reward, and this is only 1% of His mercy. It's beautiful. So goodness. When I read this verse, I said, the prophet is really giving us the best news that we need. I need this. It is just appropriate to my human feelings. So eat and drink, it means utilize everything. Look, I left it free for you, but don't waste. La tusrifu, what does it mean? He doesn't love the wasted, faithful, those people who waste. No, what's that? Practically speaking, we reduce wasting to food. That is correct. We shouldn't waste food. But much more and essential, precious things that are given to us, we are created with. Don't waste your human capacity. Don't waste your endless feelings by concerning with temporary, worthless matters. Don't waste it. Use it for the purpose to acknowledge its creator is the absolute being. So use it as a means of, if you like, as a stepping stone to reach out to your creator. That is not wasting it. But this has endless degrees, I understand, but we have to study. We have to try our best. So if somebody gives you something to be used for a purpose, and for example, the computer, the typical simple example, and you use it as an, I don't know, as a decoration in your house, put somewhere because they design it very well to sell it. So, it looks nice. Don't use it. Of course, the one who gave it to you will not be happy, will not like it. We are wasting the very precious gift. The universe is precious. Our qualities are precious. But excuse me. They are very precious. How about prophetic message? Yes, they are precious as well. But I must admit, we don't refer to prophetic message very often in this discussion, during these discussions. Have you noticed that? You may wonder why. Everybody talks about the source of guidance is the Quran. Yeah, that is really correct. This is theoretically correct. Practically, in order to appreciate the gift, the mercy of sending the Quran, employing the Prophet to us, speech of God, guidance. Appreciate it, that's an important word, in order to appreciate the message of God and the instruction of the Prophet, Sunnah of the Prophet. We have to appreciate the creation, first within ourselves and outside. As the Quran itself says, we have created signs within yourself and without yourself, out there in creation. If I don't appreciate it, I don't get acquainted with the Creator. And I don't get acquainted with my Creator, and I don't present my needs to my Creator so that He will answer me through the revelation. Otherwise, revelation will be a claim in the hands of certain religious groups of people. And we will say, oh, come on, what is that? It is just telling stories. He wouldn't appreciate it. That's why I personally need for myself establish my base on my conclusions by appreciating the creation, and then I will be able to appreciate the message of the Quran, guidance from the Creator, because I have understood that there must be a Creator, and He created me with these needs of guidance, creating me in need of His guidance, and He is answering my human questions in this book. Let me see if it makes sense to me and benefit from it. Otherwise, Quran becomes, or Bible, Torah, or whatever the sacred texts that the people follow, becomes just self-claims. Did you get it?
So we need the practical aspect. How to practice.
Yeah. Otherwise, you cannot appreciate the Quran. So, again, it's an extension to this matter, but only after using the Quran, we can really appreciate the universe. I agree totally. Only after getting the guidance, but at least we have to prepare to approach the Quran so that when we start investigating it, if we do, which is very rare, unfortunately, among the Muslim population, studying the Quran and sparing some time every day, daily, half an hour, 1 hour, etc., regularly being in contact with the Quran. It is rare, unfortunately. I mean, that is obvious in the society. Most of the Muslims have not read the Quran at all. And they say, I believe in the Quran. Okay, it is better believing in the Quran, but without knowing it is better than denying and closing the door completely. So it is open. If you believe in the Quran, sometimes a time comes and you start reading it, listening to it, etc. That is good to say that I believe in the Quran, but not enough. We all know that it shouldn't be enough. We have to get engaged with studying the Quran. If we don't know the language, which is quite normal, and they take the lessons from the scholars who speak in your language, English, whatever the language you speak. So benefit from them as much as possible. So why we don't refer to the Quran as that the first prime point of reference? Only after believing and confirming that the Quran is really answering my all deep questions. Then you go through your questions and try to deduce the answers from the Quran as much as you can. Otherwise, if you are not satisfied with the creator of the universe, your creator, and if you don't really, people who claim they believe in religion, Jews, Christians, Muslims, or Hindus, they believe in their way of interpreting their existence, their being in this world. They say, we believe in our sacred books. Baseless claim is useful, but only as a starting point. If we don't go further and engage in studying it, we don't benefit from it. So claim itself doesn't benefit us. That is why I emphasize on the neglected part of the teachings of the Quran. Because if you listen to almost any, I don't remember if there is any, I don't know, any public speaker, nowadays everybody listens to public speakers and video recordings. Not many people read books anymore. So that emphasizes that, look, you have to study the universe. You have to study your own being. So come to the conclusion that you must have a creator. So look for the creator. How am I going to get in contact with him? Then you will understand that, oh, there are some religions here claim that they have messages from this creator. Then you take these messages seriously, investigate it, and benefit from it. Of course, you start making an enhanced process in your understanding of the reality of your existence, because the guidance from the Quran really helps us understand the message of the universe in a better way, and of course, deeper way. But first, in general, I have to pay attention to my existence and the existence of the universe. Without which, if I just say that I was born as a Muslim and I believe in God, okay, and the Quran is my guide, okay, what can I learn from it? As we see practically the rules of rituals, not teachings of belief, not teachings of ethics, morality, not teachings of social life according to God's will. These are left behind, mostly, I'm saying not completely. So that is why the neglected part must be pointed out and presented to our attention. If you really understand that the universe and I must have a creator, then this creator should really give me a message why he has created me, what he is expecting from me, and how can I really get into the reality of this existence of myself and of the universe out there, and how can I utilize all this? I need guidance there. Then you can benefit from it. That is great. Now, it doesn't mean that believers say, oh, I believe in God, although they are born into a Muslim family, and I believe in the Qur'an as the book of God. That is a good start, but we have to go ahead with it. Oh, there are some notes, and okay, let me see. Zip. Sorry?
You should not waste the human qualities.
Waste. Yeah, of course. Human qualities should not be wasted. Okay, that's excellent. The sacred texts in Al-Quran, يفسر بعضه بعضا. The book and the universe explain each other. Yes, Siba, thank you. We can only appreciate one when we reflect on the other. Depends if you have started your journey by making sure that your existence needs to be explained in terms of it is conscious creator. You have to go through that. If you have not gone through it, then you cannot use the Quran and the universe explaining each other, because your affiliation with the Quran is as a result of your tradition. Muslim, I love the Quran. I am a Muslim, I love my sacred book. Divorced of the universe. That is why Quran is usually not studied alongside with the creation of the universe, with the signs in the universe. Although Quran explicitly says that every being in the universe is a sign, like every sentence of the Quran is a sign, ayah. Explicitly says it, but it always misses out from our attention because we didn't start from the right point. That is why we have to be careful, inshallah. So we are going slowly. Yes, let me see. Anne says, yes, you need both to communicate with God. After believing that you have a creator, universe must have a creator, and we are sure that the universe and your own human beings point to the qualities of their creator, although you may not be able to get the detailed information. Then if you go to the Quran as the speech, this is very important, as the speech of the creator of the universe, then you can utilize from both. Otherwise, we know that traditionally, most of the commentators on the Quran never utilized the creation in understanding the Quran. If you study them, you will see that. Why? Baseness. Start. Base, no base, in starting point. That is why being born in a Muslim community and hearing that Quran is necessary really in order to guide, God sends. But where did you get these concepts? In your culture, in your tradition. Do you have a base for it that you are satisfied with? Did you have a journey towards the creation, questioning yourself, questioning the creation? Yeah. Did you get the pain of problems, how to explain the universe? How can you appreciate it? That's why you study the Quran and imitate it. Quran says so. Now, show me any full commentary studies the Quran alongside with the universe. Show me. Unfortunately. That is why I'm crazy about insisting on using human qualities and using the universe as my base for my belief. And then I feel I will feel the need. Who this creator is, he must introduce himself to me. Yeah, he's not here. Now, we should not be carried away by rhetorics, beautiful rhetorics. We have to be realistic. Thank you very much. And Anne says thank you. That is why this class is so beneficial.
The other element of beautification of the worship, we need to appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we have to make our understanding beautiful. It means fully satisfactory. Yeah, I mean, there are lots of things to talk about. You know, every verse takes hours to discuss. Inshallah, as much as we can get the general benefit from it and use it, apply it, inshallah. Okay, I think the time is up. Thank you very much. Truly love this class. I would be lost without, I mean, not only you, I mean, I must admit that if we don't follow this way, we will just claim and nothing else. Okay, I should not keep you waiting longer. Bismillah.
Brother Ali, yeah, I just wanted to say even the thing I wrote in the chat, Al-Quran yufassiru ba'duhu ala ba'd. I used to think that one verse of the Quran explains the other verse before I was introduced to the style of your classes and Nursi's teachings. I used to think it's just explaining Quran from Quran itself, but subhanAllah, after I was exposed to your way of teaching and Imam Nursi's writings, then it unfolded, you know, there's even this unfolded on me that how like each and everything, if you reflect, then it's explaining the other thing. So it was a big revelation for me, subhanAllah. May Allah reward you and all the teachers who are trying to put their time in explaining this.
Thank you for your appreciation, and I really appreciate Yaminas's class as well. So inshallah, we will go further in our path so that we will be more convinced about our conclusions, and so that we will benefit from the Quran as we are reading the Quran now, benefiting from the Quran now in this discussion, but using it for the purpose to combine the Quran with the creation. Yeah, we always study the verses alongside with the creation, the evidence in creation, the evidence in our existence. Yeah, this is important. Thank you for appreciating this path, because it gives me encouragement that, yeah, we have to emphasize on it, inshallah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم وآخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب العالمين بحرمة